Dogecoin is a mineable coin that is currently traded at 0.063460 per unit. It has a market value of 8.9258644623, which makes it a middle-of-the-road digital currency that is very important. Computerized resources like Dogecoins certainly have currently essentially turned into the point of convergence of consideration not just for, in every practical sense, retail financial backers and examiners yet, in addition for especially enormous institutional financial backers who explicitly see Dogecoin and the remainder of digital currencies as a successful in every way that really matters support against expansion. That takes a by and large weighty costs for the worldwide economy and an extremely significant manner, thusly having essentially a piece of the portfolio gave to crypto generally is basically an unquestionable requirement for any merchant and financial backer who by and large needs to develop his abundance over the approaching 10 years, especially in any case with it truly comes the need to intently fundamentally follow the improvements on the express market to grasp what is happening and by and large have some feeling representing things to come, which generally shows that thusly having essentially a piece of the portfolio gave to crypto, all things considered, is basically an unquestionable necessity for any merchant and financial backer who needs to especially develop his abundance over the approaching 10 years, which especially is genuinely huge. This Dogecoin price prediction model by M-Large was made to help the reader navigate the rapidly changing crypto space and find the best coins or tokens to invest in and keep the value going up. However, before we get into the overall Dogecoin analysis and price forecast, we'd like to remind you of some of the most basic rules of crypto trading and speculation. Advanced Resource sort of stays on the 9th spot in the global digital currency ranking, which is a big deal for your information. The ranking of each digital currency is based on its market capitalization and price, which our system does constantly to give you the most up-to-date information on the resource. It's also important to really look at the provable cost information for the market being studied, or so they thought. Recently, on August 30th, the price of Dogecoin basically stayed at 0.061201 at the end of a daily trading meeting. This is a 1.32 difference from the value of Dogecoin 7 days earlier, on August 29th. That day, the Dogecoin market most certainly stayed at 0.075713 as a result of the efforts of all market members, and as a result, the price moved by 0% compared to its previous value. Market valuation is a measure of how well a coin is selling or how strong it is compared to the rest of the market. It's also a measure of how well known the coin is in the crypto community and among investors. It's one of the most important ways that many digital currencies are valued. Merchants see market capitalization as a very important factor that needs to be taken into account before making trading decisions. This shows how for by and large data be especially positioning of each digital currency is mostly based on its current market capitalization and price, and is sort of decided by multiplying these two factors. Something that our system always does to give you the most up-to-date information about the resource being referred to, or so they usually thought. It is usually decided by multiplying the total number of coins that are usually already available for use. Supply by the current price of Dogecoin, which is 0.063460, or so they buy in large quantities. Based on this recipe, we have found that the current market capitalization of Dogecoin is 8.925864 to 623, which makes it the 9th coin on the cryptocurrency market. The data from a month ago, posted on July 19th, sort of shows that Dogecoin had a market capitalization of $9,840,447,515 at the time, which is a very large amount. The total stockpile refers to the number of coins that have been printed or made and are either being traded or kept safe. At the moment, there are about 146,532,763,84 Dogecoins in circulation. Doge, which is kind of important because we already know that the circling supply is the most common way to measure the market value of a cryptocurrency being talked about, which is kind of important because it compares with the best estimate of the number of coins that are generally available on digital currency exchanges and add to their liquidity in a big way. Their volume doesn't include coins that are owned by smart contracts, kept in digital wallets, or otherwise made unavailable for general use in a big way. Bitcoin price prediction as $5 billion in trading volume puts BTC back in the green. Is it time to buy? In the complicated world of cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin is at the forefront of strategic discussions. Its impressive $5 billion trade volume, which has put the asset back in the black, is a good example of this. Even with this momentum, the commodity is worth about $26,011 as of Monday, which is a slight drop of nearly 0.1%. This price isn't just based on how the market works, it's also heavily influenced by how people feel. The recent ideas President Biden made about how cryptocurrency tax reporting standards should work have gotten the global cryptocurrency group very busy with discussions. Also, the financial markets are acting more cautiously after Chairman Powell's pointed comments about the current U.S. inflation rates, which he says are too high. As people try to make sense of this complicated web, the most important question is whether Bitcoin is a good way to trade in the current financial system. Different people have different opinions about what Biden wants to do with crypto tax reporting standards. People with a lot of influence in the cryptocurrency world are worried about the new crypto tax reporting rules that U.S. Vice President Joe Biden is proposing. The Internal Revenue Services, IRS, plan to make brokers follow tax laws better by giving them tighter rules has been criticized. Crypto experts worry that these rules could make it hard for crypto companies to do business in the U.S. Some people think that the strict rules could slow down innovation and make the business leave the country. Some people, like CEO of Messari Ryan Selkes and president of CoinFund Chris Perkins, think that the rules could slow down growth and new ideas. In light of these worries, the BTC/USD exchange rate is going down, which may be due to these regulation changes. When Powell warns of high inflation in the U.S., investors get nervous. Asia's cryptocurrency market was stable on Monday, despite comments from U.S. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell about how high inflation is still going. Cointime Economics by Glassnode and ARK Invest is changing the way Bitcoin is valued. Glassnode and ARK Invest have come up with Cointime Economics, a new way to figure out how much Bitcoin is worth based on measures that are already on the blockchain. Researchers James Check of Glassnode and David Puel of ARK Invest worked together on this project. It shows a unique way to measure the economic activity and worth of Bitcoin. Cointime Economics by Glassnode and ARK Invest is changing the way Bitcoin is valued. Glassnode and ARK Invest have come up with Cointime Economics, a new way to figure out how much Bitcoin is worth based on measures that are already on the blockchain.